Hello, it is 5 a.m. in Washington. It's 11 a.m. in Cairo. I'm Monita Rajpal.
And I'm Zain. Verjee. You're watching World One live from London.
The future of Libya takes center stage today in Qatar. For the first time, senior Libyan rebels will be addressing ministers from the United Nations, the EU, NATO, the Arab League, and the African Union.
The talks in Qatar come as bloody fighting continues in Libya. Now, witnesses say 10 people were killed in Misrata on Tuesday and a further 30 injured. The city to the east of Tripoli was shelled by pro-Gaddafi forces.
Return to those talks taking place in Qatar. CNN's Mohammed Jamjoon joins us now from the capital, Doha. Mohammed, let's set the stage here and talk about the agenda and what's set on for these talks.
Well, Monita, right now, actually, in the conference room behind me, there is one of the meetings that's going on. Senior officials from the UK.
Just talking a little bit more about Moussa Koussa, we know that the the Transitional National Council, which is the group of the opposition of Libya who made up this council, they won't trust anything that Mr. Koussa has to say. I'm curious to know and to think what the other members of the summit that's taking place right now, what they're thinking about what Mr. Koussa could actually bring to the table and whether or not there is also that question of trust there. Obama has telephoned Ivory Coast's President Alassane Ouattara to congratulate him on taking office. The U.S. president also offered his support in uniting Ivory Coast. Months of conflict over who was in charge came to an end on Monday. Wildfires have been raging in northern Mexico, defying efforts to deal with the problem. Meteorologist Jennifer Delgado is at the World Weather Center with details on that. Jen.
Hi, Monita, you're right. We've been dealing with the worst fires in parts of Mexico in 12 years. We're seeing them also through...
Jen, thank you very much for that.
This is World One live from London.
Drive for change.
We have to become completely independent.
Been a lot of talk about the need to swap the pump for the plug, while others want to enlist the sun's help for the Earth's problems. But whatever your beliefs on the future of the car industry, one thing is certain: the race to replace gas guzzlers is well and truly underway. Aisha Durgahi reports. In Libya continues to rage, but in just a few hours, representatives from the UN, Libyan rebels, and at least one high-level defector are among those set to meet in Qatar to discuss Libya's future. And Fred Pleitgen joins us now to talk more about this meeting. And Fred, tell us a little bit about it. There has been talk that Britain and France, who are also attending this summit, they're going to be pushing for NATO to intensify their airstrikes on Gaddafi's targets there. Can you tell us a little bit more about, in terms of the action on the ground and why they're calling for this intensification?
Well, the UK and France are saying that they're basically having to bear the brunt of the air campaign against...
That's Max Foster there reporting. Now, two teams booked their places in the semi-finals of the Champions League. That's football, soccer if you're in the U.S. Tuesday night, Pedro Pinto joins us now with the details on that bet you were watching.
I didn't go up to Manchester. We had another correspondent up there. I was at the first leg here at Stamford Bridge. This was so intense, and the fact that these teams are such great rivals in the Premier League, it really translated onto the European scene. But I'll tell you all about it now. I'll give you all the details. I know you can't wait to find out. Well, Manchester United and Zain, the playoffs are starting on Saturday. If you're an NBA fan, you've got to be excited about that.
They probably can afford their own pens because they're so rich.
Are you trying to make a link to something?
I am.
Okay.
Stick around. You'll see. Now, if you ever need to come up with the perfect gift for President's Day, how about a fancy pen? Václav Klaus, the president of the Czech Republic, saw one he liked on a trip to Chile, and watch what he does next. Next, he picks up the pen, encrusted with semi-precious stones, slips it under the table, then into his right hand, and finally into his pocket. Smooth operator. And just to cover his tracks, the president makes sure to shut the empty box before smiling for the camera. Smooth operator indeed. A Chilean spokeswoman said the president's guests were free to take the pens. Now, Mr. Klaus said he takes pens and notepads all the time.
In defense of the president, I mean, if I had a pen case in front of me in a nice little box and I was I would assume I could take it. It was just the way he did it.
If I was invited to Buckingham Palace or the White House, I'd take something.
Right. We're going to take a short break.
Hosni Mubarak and his family are said to be among Egypt's wealthiest people. We want to give you an idea of just how wealthy. Their fortune has been estimated, and again, these are just estimates, to be anywhere from $40 to $70 billion. Financial experts say that Mubarak himself, he is estimated to be worth up to about $10 to $17 billion, accumulated largely thanks to military contracts during his days as an Air Force officer. Much of it, though, is thought to be held in American, Swiss, and British banks. Then we go to one of his sons. We have, they're said to be billionaires as well. His youngest son, Gamal, that's him in the middle there. I'm not sure if you're able to see that small photograph. He has a personal wealth estimated at around $10 billion. Then we have his second son, the other son, Allah, his eldest son, on the right, and he's also said to be worth billions. Both sons own shares in restaurants, auto dealerships, and luxury hotels, as well as residential properties. Zain.
Thanks for watching. I'm Zain.
And I'm Monita Rajpal. This is World One.